What if I told you that one Linux distro is now beating expectations for modern gaming? Not just for developers, not just for programmers, but for actual gamers playing AAA titles, Steam games, emulators, and even competitive multiplayer games. And yes, I'm talking about Fedora. For years, people believed Linux gaming was complicated, unstable, and honestly not worth the effort. But things have changed fast. So in this video, we're going to answer one big question. Is Fedora actually good for gaming? I'll share real experience, performance expectations, pros, cons, setup tips, and the truth most YouTubers don't talk about. So if you're thinking about switching from Windows, or you just want a clean Linux gaming setup, this video is for you. Let's get started. Welcome back to ABC Hosting. I'm Bella, and today we're diving deep into Fedora gaming performance. Now, this is not one of those Linux is perfect videos. I'm going to explain what Fedora actually is, why gamers are using it, where it performs well, where it still struggles, and whether Fedora is the right gaming distro for you. And later in the video, I'll also show you something really useful if you want to run Fedora remotely on a powerful VPS server for development, streaming, game servers, or private setups. So make sure you watch till the end. So first, what exactly is Fedora? Fedora is a modern Linux operating system sponsored by Red Hat. It's known for being fast, secure, developer-friendly, and always updated with the latest Linux technologies. Unlike some older Linux distributions that stay outdated for stability, Fedora moves much faster. That means Fedora users usually get newer kernels, newer graphics drivers, newer gaming improvements, and better hardware compatibility earlier than many other Linux distros. And honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons gamers started paying attention to Fedora. Because modern gaming performance often depends on GPU driver updates, Vulkan improvements, Proton compatibility, and kernel optimizations. Fedora stays ahead in most of these areas. Now let's talk about why Fedora became famous for gaming. A few years ago, most Linux gamers preferred Ubuntu-based systems, but Fedora has become one of the strongest gaming choices because of several reasons. First, excellent Proton and Steam support. Thanks to Valve Corporation and Steam Proton improvements, thousands of Windows games now work surprisingly well on Linux. And Fedora handles Proton gaming really smoothly. Games like Cyberpunk 2077, Elden Ring, GTA 5, Apex Legends, and many Steam titles can run with impressive performance. Second, newer drivers. Fedora usually ships with very recent Mesa drivers and Linux kernels. That's especially great for AMD GPUs, Intel Arc graphics, and newer gaming hardware. Third, performance feels clean. A lot of gamers say Fedora feels lighter and smoother than Windows because there's less background bloat running. More system resources stay available for games. Fourth, better Wayland support. Fedora is one of the leaders in Wayland adoption, and Wayland gaming has improved massively. Smoother animations, better multi-monitor handling, and lower latency in many setups. Now let's talk about real experience. Is Fedora perfect for gaming? No, but honestly, it's much better than most people expect. The good side. If you mainly play Steam games, emulators, indie games, cloud gaming, or single-player titles, Fedora can be amazing. Boot times are fast, updates are smooth, and once everything is configured properly, gaming feels stable and responsive. Many users also love Fedora because there's less forced telemetry, fewer random Windows updates, and better overall system control. The not-so-good side. Now here's the truth nobody should ignore. Some multiplayer games with aggressive anti-cheat systems still have Linux compatibility problems. Games using certain anti-cheat technologies may refuse to launch, block Linux users, or require workarounds. Also, beginners may initially struggle with NVIDIA driver setup, codec installation, and gaming-related tweaks. Fedora is easier than old Linux systems, but it still isn't as plug-and-play as Windows for every gamer. AMD versus NVIDIA on Fedora. This is important. If you use AMD graphics cards, Fedora gaming is usually fantastic. AMD drivers are built directly into the Linux kernel and Mesa stack. NVIDIA works too, but setup takes more effort. Once configured properly, NVIDIA performance can still be excellent. But AMD generally provides the smoother Linux gaming experience. So who should actually use Fedora? Fedora is a great choice if you want freedom from Windows, you care about privacy, you enjoy customizing your system, you play mostly Steam-compatible games, or you want a modern Linux desktop that also handles gaming well. It's especially good for developers who also game, content creators, cybersecurity learners, VPS users, and advanced users who want more control. But if you only play games with strict anti-cheat systems, or you want absolute zero setup convenience, Windows may still be easier for you right now. And that's perfectly okay. Now, before we end this video, I want to mention something genuinely useful for Fedora users. A lot of people today are not only using Fedora on their personal PC, they're also running Fedora VPS servers for game hosting, development environments, private cloud setups, Docker containers, remote gaming tools, and even secure streaming infrastructure. And recently, I tested QloudHost for Fedora VPS hosting. What I personally liked is that they offer offshore Netherlands infrastructure, NVMe storage, full root access, strong privacy-focused hosting, and Fedora deployment support. Their DMCA Ignored hosting environment is especially interesting for users who care about privacy, flexibility, and full server control. And the setup process is honestly beginner-friendly compared to many VPS providers. So if you want to experiment with Fedora remotely, host gaming tools, run Linux applications, or build your own private setup, you can check them out. Link is in the description. So, is Fedora good for gaming? Honestly, yes. Much better than many people expect. It's fast, modern, privacy-focused, and surprisingly capable for today's gaming experience. It's not perfect for every gamer yet, but Linux gaming has evolved massively, and Fedora is now one of the strongest choices available. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you tried gaming on Fedora? Would you switch from Windows to Linux for gaming? Comment below and let's talk about it. And if you still have any confusion or questions, drop them in the comments. I read them all. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to ABC Hosting, and turn on notifications for more hosting, Linux, VPS, and tech content. Thanks for watching. I'm Bella, and I'll see you in the next video.